As soon as we see the login prompt, we log in. We can switch to full screen mode, pressing Ctrl plus F, the right control on your keyboard, plus F. So now we have full screen. And this is the Debian distribution of Linux. This is the graphical user interface. Let's start with some basic commands. We were gonna work initially inside the terminal environment. To start the terminal, we go to Applications, Accessories, then to Terminal. We're gonna use the command line. When we see the dollar symbol, it means that we are in the Linux command prompt. So Linux, the operating system, is waiting for us to input a command. A command is input by typing the command and then pressing the key return or enter. Let's call the key return from now on. The command pwd prints the present working directory. Let me resize the terminal and let me open also a small text editor which I will be using as my whiteboard while this chapter and training takes place. So pwd is for present working directory. Directory is equivalent to folder in Windows. As you can see here, the present working directory is /home/Panayotis, which means that we live in the folder. We're now in the folder Panayotis, which belongs to the folder home. Home is also called the parent folder of Panayotis, and Panayotis is called the child folder of home. A directory can have many children directories, but a directory can only have one parent directory. So pwd prints the current working, the present working directory. A directory can contain files or other directories. If we want to see the contents of the present working directory, if we want to see a list of the contents of the present working directory, we type in the command ls. So ls is from list. We use it to list the contents of a directory. Usually ls is not so useful because it does not tell you which entries are directories and which entries are files. So we usually use the command ls-l, which stands for list long. ls-l lists the contents of the present working directory, and as you can see, for each entry there is a line with details of the entry. One important detail here is that all the directories start with the letter D, whereas all the files start with dash. So it shows here that there is a directory desktop inside the folder that we are currently in. There is another directory, documents, and there is a file with name robot2.rb and some other files. I'm not going to tell you yet what L stands for, but I'm gonna stay here that ls-l lists the contents of the present working directory and gives a lot of details for each one of the entries. Another important detail is the size in bytes of each entry. Now, if you want to clear the contents of the terminal, you can issue the command clear, and now everything is a white terminal, which gives you a new prompt to type in a new command. If you want to create a new directory inside the present working directory, you should use the command mkdir, make directory. So if I want, for example, to create a directory introduction, I will issue the command mkdir introduction. If there is no error in the creation of this directory, I will not get any message back. So I assume that the directory has been created successfully. So if you want to see whether the introduction directory has been created or not, you can always do ls. You see, the directory has been created. If you want to make sure that it is a directory that you are looking at, ls-l will list the directory, the list of contents, will list the contents of the present working directory, and this is the introduction directory that has been created. There is a very useful variation of the ls, which is ls-l tr. ls-ltr is for list time reverse. Is going to give you the list of the contents of the present working directory with the most recent entries and changes at the bottom. And you see here that the latest change is the creation of the directory introduction. This indicates that we're talking about a directory. So we are in home Panayotis, and we have a directory inside home Panayotis which has the name introduction. What if we